Heyo, and welcome to another Ninja Bill Reviews, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Earthrise, Warp Cybertron Trilogy, Voyager, Grapple, and I love him. I don't know what else to say. I love him. I dig it, and this is my first experience with the Earthrise line, and I gotta tell you, if even the rest of them are two-thirds as good as this, I'll still be okay with him. So, here he is, and before we take a look at him, we're going to take a look at all the stuff that comes inside that box right there, and that box right there eventually, and we'll just remove him, get rid of him, and he comes with this sheet of stuff that we don't really care about. Let's get rid of that. He comes with his instructions, obviously, and you'll see him here with his green and black and white, 8+, all this stuff. And it folds out to reveal some information there. If you can read Cybertronian, there it is. Boom. And instructions on how to do stuff. There you go. There are all the instructions. So, and how he connects to other figures. Ironworks is something I would really love to have. Hoist. And, of course, Skylinks are really the only ones I want from the Earthrise. And maybe Prime, too. But anyway, pretty cool. Get rid of that. Does come with this insert, which is supposed to have planetary bodies in here. And when you use this, which harkens back to the old G1, where you could see, you know, reveal the stats and whatnot, this harkens back to it. However, Grapple doesn't seem to actually have a planet to reveal on here where he's from. I've used this thing again and again and again, and I don't seem to find any planets on here that, you know, show up at all. It's just, as you can see, there's nothing. There's nothing. So, you know, nowhere to be found. So there is that thing. Though I really do appreciate this nod to the original toys. And for people to say that the Transformers Hasbro is making these for children exclusively, children wouldn't even know what this is a nod to, so there you go. But it's a new feature that they could like. There you go, get rid of that. And it's just a cardboard insert. Looks cool though. I dig it. Get rid of that. And here is the box, and I better raise up my my camera preemptively. There's the back. I'll start out on the back. There he is in robot mode. There he is in vehicle mode. Take 16 steps. There he is with another character, Battle Master. And it has the line number on there. Up there it says connect. There you go. And yeah, Autobot Grapple. No real bio or anything like that. So there you go. On the side you have this beautiful artwork going on. And I'm going to zoom in here because on the top you see Galvatron going on up there. Whether you see Unicron and Megatron and a Quintesson. That looks to be, I'm not sure who that is. Still pretty cool. Got Shockwave down here. Maybe we're getting another Shockwave. Who knows? The mine or something he's working on. There's the damaged arc falling. And why is it falling? Because the Nemesis is shooting it down. That's why. Boom. You got Prime. You got Wheeljack. You got Hound. You got Trailbreaker, looks like right there. You got RC. You got Sideswipe. And there's some other characters in the background as you can see them. Pretty cool. I really dig it. And it says authentic down there. Transformers Earthrise Warp Cybertron Trilogy. On the front of the box, you got Transformers up the side. You got Generations, Takara Tomy. Down here, age, all that good stuff. Here's the line number and his name, Autobot Grapple. Got that sigil going on there. The line number, again, Autobot symbol on here. Beautiful artwork of Grapple. And that's it for the box. Spent way too long on that box. There we go. Raising this camera down, and we will get back to Grapple. And I dig him. I dig him a lot. I'll be right back. We're going to clean him up a bit. And we're back. And here he is in his robot mode, which is where I'll start him off. This is how he arrives in box. And I dig him. I dig him so much. Oh my gosh, I gushed over this thing. I totally gushed over it when I pulled it out of the box. It's just, it looks like he stepped right out of the cartoon. And that's what they're going for here. is they're going for the cartoon look, not specifically the toy look. And you can tell by some of the missing stickers that would be like right here, right there for his knees, you know, some other applied decals that, you know, would have been on it had it been the toy, the black helmet. You know, this is the cartoon look they're going for here, and I dig it. With some liberties here and there, but it's got a lot of molded details. We'll take a look at that right now. First, we'll start out with that head. And there he is. He's got some nice blue eyes and a silver face. The orange etched around those blue eyes. Pretty cool. Orange helmet. Now, in the cartoon, sometimes you would see this right here, you know, being, you know, he had a black helmet with some yellow ears or horns or whatever you want to call those. Most of the time it was just yellow. In one case it was all black. In one case it was black with this. In the comic it was the same way. Sometimes this was a blue helmet, you know, so it varied. But this looks like he did most of the time in the cartoon, and I really dig it. And he's got lots of molded details going on. Check it out, all that molded detail over there. Inset right there. All the details that would have been stickers is molded in this case, as you see right there, but done in black. Even the bits up there. There's the knees. Legs. I dig it. Got some. I would have liked those painted in, but that's okay. Cool molded details going on there. Got a port there and there. Got a port there. Port's on the bottom of his feet. As you see, he does have plenty of weapon storage available. Gonna go ahead and take those off right now. Pop that off. Pop that off. And we will go ahead and pop this off, his arc welder. Get those out of the way for now. Swing that fist out. Might as well. Boom. But yeah, here he is from the side. Pretty cool. Got lots of molded detail back there. It's pretty clean from the back. That is a stand, a port for a stand. Got some nice molded details. It's not just flat black or flat plastic going on back here. You got tons of molded details in there. So even though it looks like maybe it's waffling, no, it's not. It's all actually molded detail in there, which is pretty cool. I really dig it. I really dig it. Now for articulation, we'll back off here a lot more. For articulation, his head does rotate fully inside that cavity there. There's no real articulation here going on. That's okay. It shouldn't. Really, it should be one solid piece, so I dig it. His arms will go out that far. One real cool feature on this, is I'm going to zoom in here, is his shoulders. Now, they could have just had a static, flat piece of non-molded plastic in there, you know, but no, they actually added details in that shoulder joint. Check that out. That's pretty cool. I dig that. And that adds a little bit more character to the toy. I really dig it. Anyway, his arms will go out that far. Go all the way around. Got a bicep swivel. 90 degree on that elbow. Tiny, maybe a tiny bit more. A tiny fraction of a bit more. But anyway, you got some in and out on that wrist, but no wrist swivel, sadly. That's okay. Do have a waist swivel. No real ab crunch ability there, but that's okay. Legs will kick forward that far. It will kick back that far. 90 degree at that knee. Now with his legs, and you do have some down. You have a nice deep rocker, and if you want, if you move this up a bit, you can get more up. That's for like poses when, you know, you're doing something like a little more dynamic, you know, you can, sure, it breaks the mold a little bit, but you can actually have a more stable, you know, position there, which is pretty cool. I dig that. I can dig that a lot. So, you know, it's there if you want it. It's something you can do, but otherwise it's there for transformation. Still, all in all, pretty cool. Now, let's check out his weapons. This is his arc welder. We'll go ahead and it appears to be silver plastic with this black painted on. It could be the reverse. It might be black with silver on there. Still, it's pretty cool. And it does have blast spec capability. We'll bring this in right here. Just pat that on. You can have that. So that's his arc welder. And typically what you would do is, like in the original toy, this would have been like chromed or whatnot, but silver works, and you just flip this fist around, either fist, and you'll see a port right there that you can then insert this, and he has his traditional arc wielder hand. Pretty cool. I dig that. I would kind of like to have a panel that closed up here. I imagine there'll be an add-on or something for that, but you know, take care of the waffling here and this, but I would have liked to have a closing panel right there. That would have been nice. Definitely could have done it, you know. I dig it. I dig it. Anyway, so you have that. He also has a rifle done in black plastic, and this is it. It's pretty cool. Very reminiscent of his original toy weapon, and kind of what it resembled in the show. So I dig it. I dig it a lot. Got some 5mm pegs there and there. This is not a 5mm port or a peg right there. Got that. And he can either in the 2 ports on his arms, port in his leg, port back here. You can either store those weapons as I first showed you, you know, just in here if you wanted. It's pretty cool. Or you could have it on the shoulder if you wanted. Get in there. Well, he doesn't want to get in there. Yeah. And then I drop him. Well, that just does not want to go in there. I'm telling you what. Boy, that port is not working. It's not working. Let's try this one. There we go. That worked. You can have that. But really what you want to do is you want to stick it in his hand. And so he can, you know, shoot robots. So, pretty cool. I dig it. And, like, leave that over there. Like his arc wielder, you can stick a blast effect on there if you wish. So you can definitely have that going on. Pretty cool. And finally, he comes with this Grapple. And has a little connector in there as it showed on the box. Done in this black plastic. Got some molded details on it. Got a peg right there to plug it into the various ports. Let's try this one on this peg here. On this port here. Oh, it fits in that one. So, you know, you can have that. You can definitely have that. Another thing you can do is, with him, is you can take his crane, back out here, take his crane, move it up. You can move it around and have him swinging overhead if you want. Then all you got to do is take this, move that like this, plug that in there if you wanted. There we go, and have that going on if you wanted. And boom, does. I was going to talk more about that in his vehicle mode, but you know, I might as well show it off here. You can do all that crazy stuff if you want. Have that going off to the side. Whatever you need it to do, you definitely have that going on. So, we've done articulation. We talked about this. I'm not going to really do any comparisons. I don't have any Earthrise figures to compare him with, but you know, overall, he's pretty cool. And you can, whoops, that's a complaint I have about this figure, is it doesn't really tab in too securely up there. But if you wanted, you know, you can have that sitting down there like that if you wanted. It's totally up to you. I'm going to lower my camera here, and yeah, so it's up to you if you wanted to have that boom all the way extended. Totally up to you. Totally up to you. And I'll be right back with his transfer. Hey, you know what? Actually, I'll just do it here on screen. So we're going to go ahead and take this off. Part of another weapon storage I didn't really talk about, but I will talk about right now. If you look right here, you'll see this notch right there, and you'll see that tab right there. There is a slot right there, and all you do is fit this in. Oops, fit this inside, and it sits just like that. So you can store all the weapons right on him. For now, we're going to leave that right there. I'm going to go ahead and close this up. There we go. We're going to get rid of that. And now we will do his transformation. So, if you haven't already, swing that other fist in, just like so. Go ahead and bring those arms out like this. Bring them out like this. Leave that for now. Now, here on the sides of his crane mount, you're going to see some tabs, some hook tabs. And you're just going to want to pull those out like that on either side. See that how those hook tabs will hook over this bit of plastic going on there. And go ahead and untab that. You'll see a tab there which went into a slot right there. Swing that up, swing this out just like so. Pull that out just like so. This is a tab that went into that slot right there. Gonna go ahead and swing the arms around. You'll untab them. There is a tab right there that went into that slot right there. Boom, boom. Swing that around so that these silver bits on the shoulders will go into that, pardon me, that slot right there. The big slot. Go ahead and then rotate these so that this slot is facing inward. Swing this other arm around. Go ahead. Then swing this so that tab right there will go into that slot right there. Go ahead and do that right now. Just like that. That locks them in together. Make sure these ports and fists are straightened out. There we go. Make sure that's nice and flush. Alright, so now what we're going to do is come down here to his feet, and on this joint here, you're going to roll this back, and then on this joint at the same time, roll it down so it looks like that. Just like that. Do the same thing on this other side. Boom, just like so. Go ahead and get those as flush as possible back there, because there's two pegs right there and right there that will go into the ports right there and there. And yes, we'll talk about what I've done to this figure at this moment before we go any further. Okay, so when I got this figure out of the box, almost every joint on this was locked up tight. So I soaked them in a bit of machine oil there. Or sewing machine oil is really what it is. And it's completely safe for plastics. And as you see, my joints are still nice and tight, but they are loose now. They work. There's nothing really loose on him. It's all pretty cool. So, anyway, and then I went ahead and with a nail file, I very carefully sanded around those pegs so they weren't too loose, they weren't too tight, they fit just right now, and I shall demonstrate that right now. So go ahead, you'll see this peg here, go into that port right there, go ahead and it's not really it's sort of an oblong peg, as you see, but anyway, it will go down into that slot. And then what you're going to do is you'll take these two pegs right here, and they will go into those ports. That one will slot in right there. As you saw, it goes in real nice and smooth. That one right there. Then finally what you do is you swing this front end back, and you see a peg there on each side. They will go into these ports, as you see right there. Peg, port. So go ahead and do that. Get those in. Lock all of this together. And finally what you're going to want to do is swing this up. Swing this around. It's on a soft ratchet. And you'll see this notch here which will accommodate that hook in there if you wish. So you'll have that look going on. And he's pretty cool. I dig it. I dig it a lot. I dig it a lot. I love this alt mode. I do have a problem with it though. My main problem is Hasbro, please stop doing this lowrider. I have never seen a lowrider crane truck in my life, ever. We got one here, and it barely has the clearance needed. You see, you know, it's just a few millimeters above the plastic there. It barely has the clearance needed to actually do the job right. It's crazy, but you know, it does roll. More slides on my surface, and he does have nice painted in wheels there. These are plastic. Bits of silver right there. Tons of molded detail in there. Tons of molded detail. I dig it. So, but I'm tired of this low clearance thing, Hasbro. I'm tired of it. Look, it makes sense on a sports car, sporty car like alt mode, okay? It doesn't make sense on a construction vehicle. Doesn't make sense at all. Stop it, Hasbro. Stop it. All right. Anyway, you got ports there and there to store stuff on. That's not really a port. But nice if that was covered up, you know. Maybe a third party will have like a screw cover for that or something. I don't know. But anyway, you got one really cool feature is you know that tab goes into that slot right there. Well, they even have molded details inside the slots. Check that out. Something they didn't have to do, but there it is. Got some molded in door handles too. Got some nice blue windows on here. I'd like those sirens to be a bit larger, but still pretty cool. Blue lights, silver going on here. I may pick those lights out right there and paint. Some mirrors. We got the lights and the sirens going on up here. There, air horns or whatever those may be. Pretty cool. I really dig him. I do. I love the colors. I love it. Like I said, like he rolled out of the cartoon, in this case, not stepped out because this is the alt mode. So, like it rolled right off the TV screen. I dig it a lot. And with that crane, you can, on a soft ratchet, raise and lower it. You can swing it all the way around. You can move this hook out. And, of course, you have the boom. Whoops, you know what? I forgot to show you in the transformation is turn that head around so it faces that way. Oops. But at any rate, there you go. You have that crane. And you have a hook on there, but it's not an open hook. It's a closed hook, so you can't really grab onto anything, which is a shame. Because you could have had it where, he was, towing another vehicle or carrying something, but, you can't now. Although, that said, you do have this grapple, which doesn't really close. I mean, so you can, have that going on. Get this in there. There we go. And, so you have that going on if you want it, and that is movable. You can put another weapon in there, in that port, although, really, I mean, if you wanted, you could stick a blast effect in there. But his rifle doesn't really fit in there. That is not really a 5mm peg going on right there. It just fits in there loosely, so that would have been kind of nice. But anyway, it's all good. It's still cool, and I really love this. I love it. I love it. Now, I may not feel a lot of energy when I'm speaking here. It's more monotone, but trust me, I love this thing. And you also have, a few blast points here and there, like you can stick something like right there if you wanted a blast point going on there. You got one on the side of the boom going on over here if you wanted. You got one right there. So I thought there was another one. Oh yeah, right there. So you got one right back here if you wanted. Oops, doesn't want to stay on there. There you go. Or you got one here on the back of the boom. So they're there if you want it. They're there. And it's all good. It's all really good. I really like this toy. I mean, I love this toy. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is been my review of Earthrise, Voyager, Grapple, and I really, really dig this toy. All that rattling you're hearing is the wheels. All the rest of this is solid. When he's tabbed together or pegged together, he's really solid. So the boom moves a little bit, but once it's locked into place, swing that down. It's dead solid. The only thing you're hearing is the tires. It's dead solid in this mode. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you check out my playlist. Please hit that like button. Smash that little bell icon to stay up to date in all of my videos. And make sure you leave a comment and share and all of that crazy stuff that you can do with my YouTube channel there. And yeah, so... And I also want to, a message that I want to say to, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you and your families are staying healthy and be good to each other. Thanks for watching.